Hi guys, welcome to a new video. Today's time to prune up the big guy again, and this has been in several videos. This is my largest and oldest portulacaria afra or dwarf jade. I really like the way this thing's shaping up. I mean, if you look at this, uh, the root base and the trunk on it, put my hand in there just so you can kind of see how big it is. But that's probably 3 or 4 inches across. You know, if you look at here to over there, it's maybe 5 inches. But yeah, it's a nice thick root base, nice sturdy tree. I think I've been training this one for probably 10-12 years or something like that. But anyway, and the thing's getting super heavy. And the last time I pruned this, I kind of shared, that it's, I need to do a better job at rotating or spinning my trees around just so they grow equal, the sun hits them equal. But this guy here with the ceramic pot and the soil mix that I use, this thing probably weighs 40 pounds or more maybe, and it's just awkward because you've got to lean over and grab it. But anyway, so what I did, I've got these turntables that I use when I prune the tree, but they're supposed to be weather resistant, so I ordered a couple more, and I'm going to put this on my bonsai bench and put the tree on it. So if I want to rotate it for the sun, I can just spin it around. So stay tuned. I'll show you what that looks like out on the bench after we get done pruning this guy. But let's kind of start in at the top. So let me get you in a little closer. Nothing too major. I think last time I pruned it, it was just kind of the first prune after a long winter. It was the first spring prune of it, so we're just going to prune it again. Continue, because each time you prune it, it just gets more ramified. So, and if you remember the last video that I pruned this probably a month and a half ago, I had a really tall shoot and it was pretty thick on top, but I pruned that way back and it's kind of filling in already. So these things really respond well to pruning and grow super fast when they're out in the sun like mine are now. But yeah, this one's just about to get too big to move it around a lot. So as you can tell, I'm outside today on my bench out on the patio because this thing's just about too big to drag into the house in my indoor setup. But yeah, I'll see. Like I said, stay tuned. Once we get done pruning this, I'll take you out and put it back on the bench and see how that turntable works. I'm hoping it's going to be my solve. To be able to rotate them a lot easier. Yeah, I can't even hardly get this rotated on my table here. It's hitting the back side. Here's the back of the tree. It's filling in quite nicely. Make sure I'm not going down too far. Move it down a little bit. All I'm doing at this point is taking some of the tall shoots back. And then once I do that, I'll look to see if I want to do any more branch pruning to maybe, expose some negative space to create more pads. But we'll look at that here in just a minute once I get some of these longer shoots pruned back. Yeah, so let me move down a little bit and we'll work on the lower part of the tree. And here what I'm doing is just kind of looking at, kind of zoom back out a little bit. I'm kind of working up in this area here, trying to expose a little bit more negative space, or just so you can kind of see through the tree and develop a little bit of pad work. So I don't want it to look like a topiary, where it's just all just kind of round on top, or even through here. I want to be able to look through and see through the branches. And then see, like at the end where you've got branches like this that go up and then down, get rid of that lower branch. And that way you can open up that space underneath that branch to where you can see through there. Let's see what the other side. I'm just stepping back here, kind of at the same camera view, just so I can see what it looks like. I think I'll come in over here on the right side, take some of these shoots down. I don't know if you can hear those birds, but I don't have to add my own, fake nature sounds. I've got the birds providing the soundtrack. It's kind of nice. And then we've got this space opened up here nice. Let me step back and take a look at it. It's looking better. Got some spots down here that I can maybe take off. I think that might be just about it. Got these sprouts here coming off of that wound. I think I'm going to leave those there, though, in here just to help heal that a little better. And then this here is I've left it in here every time I transplant or repot my tree. I leave this little cutting here. This was actually grown from a leaf dropped into the soil and rooted. So I just kind of let it grow into a little tree there. So like I said, every time I repot this, that little tree goes along with it, and I keep it small just so it looks kind of like maybe a little bush or something that this guy may be working on. Okay. I think we're getting just about done. And remember, hang tight. I'll show you the turntable out on my bench. But I think this is gonna about do it for the pruning session today. So there's that. So let me take you out to the bonsai benches and put the turntable up. So here, nice sunny day out here. You can see there's the big opening to where my big guy sits. I'll just put this turntable there. And then we'll bring the big guy back out and sit him on there and see how it rotates. So here's the big guy sitting on the back on its spot on the turntable. So let's see if we want to rotate this guy. Much easier. So yeah, I think that's going to work. Perfect. And it really doesn't take away from the look. You don't even hardly see the turntable down there. So I'll link those below if you guys want to take a look at those. But yeah, I would recommend, like I said, so far they're supposed to be weather resistant. So I'll let you know how that goes. But so far I like it. I think that'll do it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.